Hello, hello, hello. We jumped on a little early to work out the kinks. So let's see who jumps on and how they jump on. No matter what, right at about 11:33, we're going to start rocking and rolling. Hopefully you join us on Zoom. If not, we're streaming simultaneously on Facebook Live. So comments, questions, shoot them on Facebook Live or jump on Zoom so we can see your beautiful face. There's still time. So again, Diane is going to be on the Facebook chat. We're right here, and we're about to talk some smack with you. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's give this a couple more minutes. We like to be early and prepared. To be honest, I think out of all of our zillions of live streams we do, we haven't been late once.
No.
This is actually pretty amazing. I say that, and the whole system's probably going to crash down. Imagine that. What if internet went down right now?
That would be nuts.
That would not be nice.
We got Ashley,
Ashley,
Dustin, we got
Ashley, this
Robin.
is a good one. This is going to be a good one. Stick around, guys. A couple more minutes. Just want to make sure it's fair and you don't miss the good stuff at the beginning. Jump on board, jump on board. Jump on, give us a like on Facebook Live, give us some hearts, give us some wows. Let us know you're alive. What do we got going on today? All right, so we'll give one more minute. So those of you who have us on in the background, it's coming, baby. It's coming.
Donna Williams.
Donna, what is up?
Hello.
Hi. Again, we are simultaneously on Facebook Live and Zoom. We don't do this often, guys, just because we like to post a recording. And the problem is if you post a recording of the group chats in Zoom, the person watching the recording sees all these boxes and it's not as good of an experience. She's trying to get out of the she thinks I have corona. Here we go.
Hey, Donna, how are you?
Donna,
what's going on today,
up?
Donna?
Remember, everyone watching, if you're working out with us, I need to see you guys on Zoom. I need to see you guys on Zoom. I want to see your technique. I want to see your effort. I want to see your form and your lovely faces. So those of us who were gracious enough to bless us with your time earlier in the day at 9:30, we had some great conversation though. The first thing is, number one is your goals. Let's make sure that you have your goals set, not just long-term goals, but short-term goals. What does that mean? How's this week look? What are you in control of? What are you going to attack? These goals are short-term. They're also small goals too, very achievable type things. Things like, are you logging your food as you promised? Are you being held accountable by someone? Are you going to control your positive attitude and Care Bear stare all of your negativity in your life? And what's that mean? I want you to go back and watch the video. But so there's always a to-do list. Like, what am I going to do this week? Let's today at lunchtime here focus on a not to-do list. And I think when it comes to nutrition, especially during this pandemic and this uncertain time, it's emotional for all of us. And we all know we tend to make not so good decisions when we're emotional because, let's be honest, food makes you feel good instantly. Long-term, not so much, but it's always there for you. It's happiness. It gives you euphoric sense of awesomeness. But let's focus on nutrition for a second here. And let's, Diane and I, navigate you through a not to-do list. I'm all for adding things to do in your life, but if you're going to add something, let's try taking something away too, just so it's easier. So what we came up with eons ago is our 5, again, the 5, let's see if I can match that up.
There you go.
the 5 not to eat list. We came up with this years ago because we found that sometimes food logging, though super important, people tend to not do it that much. When it comes to meal prepping, when it comes to cooking healthy foods, sometimes it's just, what's up, Donna? Sometimes it's just very overwhelming for some of us, very overwhelming. And Donna, don't mind me, but I'm gonna mute you just because I want everyone to see my beautiful face. All right, you're good. So, anyway, we found that the easiest thing, if you just want to take all of your nutrition in a nutshell, and you don't want to figure it out, and you don't want to have to think about it, probably in our view, the easiest way to accomplish this really is our 5 not to eat foods. We keep it very simple, and we start with fried foods. Yep. It's always common sense. Like, wow, I really shouldn't eat fried foods. Like, why is that, Diane? Why would fried foods prohibit me from reaching my fitness goal?
Well, I mean, obviously, just the word fried should be a pretty good indicator. Anything that's fried is going to have a lot of extra fat and a lot of extra calories.
Lots of extra calories.
So if you're looking to lose weight, those are 2 things that you want to stay away from: a lot of added fat and a lot of extra calories.
So when you think of fried foods, what are fried foods?
French fries.
French fries, fried chicken, fried raviolis, fried pickles,
Chicken
even
nuggets.
but even a donut is fried.
Yeah.
So anything fried, just think what's happening with foods that are fried. They are literally dropped in boiling oil. Oil is a fat, and fat yields 9 grams per 1 calorie. I'm sorry, 9 calories per 1 gram. And just think, not only is it coated, it's enriched with it. And honestly, it tastes good.
Yeah.
So nobody eats 1 potato chip, which are fried for the most part. So the first thing we want to knock off the list is fried food. Okay, let's move down the list. The second thing are breads. Now, Diane, are breads bad for you?
I wouldn't say they're bad for you, but they're certainly not going to help you overall when you're looking to get into a good nutrition program. Again, they don't yield a lot of bang for your buck, so they're going to be loaded with calories and not a lot of nutrients.
And most of us who I know through the community, we're emotional eaters. Shit, I am, Diane is, and I'm not seeking a piece of bread for the nutritional value. I'm usually seeking it because I want it and it tastes good. Saying that, who has 1 piece of bread? Not many of us. Not many of us. Breads, for the most part, and again, this is a general statement, are higher in calorie, lower in value. There's really not a good bang for your buck. Now, I'll hear people tell me, yeah, but I make my own bread. Honestly, if you make your own bread with all natural ingredients, that is amazing. The problem is it's still high in calorie. Now, I would rather eat that than white Wonder Bread from Market 32/Price Chopper, but it still yields super amount of calories. Yep, the whole bread basket. You're right, Donna. So bread, for the most part, for me, it's not a slice, it's the whole bread basket. You would benefit from not eating bread if you're doing your not to do list. So that's number 2. Number 3, starches. Things like rices, things like pastas. Diane, are these really bad for you?
No, again, not bad for you. They're not going to do you harm. But again, they're very low value for the amount of calories per serving.
Very, very high in calorie, very, very low in value. Interesting enough, I don't think I've ever seen anyone in the history of mankind eat a serving of pasta.
No.
It's not.
And if you look at the back of and I would really recommend you actually read labels and see what your serving size is and actually measure it out. You know, a serving size is usually a half a cup, maybe a cup, which is a very small amount.
It's very small amount. And to me, it's not even worth it. You're going to put that in the same basket as bread, fried foods, and pasta, as in, I can't have a serving size of any of that. I'm just not disciplined enough. And if most of you are just like me, we're, for the most part, not disciplined enough, which is fine. If you know that about yourself and you know you're an emotional eater, why even eat it? So you're better off not eating that stuff either. Again, rices, pastas, very, very high in calorie, very, very low in value. We're not saying you can't eat it. But we're saying this is number 3 on the list of foods that the most successful people who lose body fat and keep body fat over time hardly ever eat. Okay, sorry. This messing Diane's
all
head.
good, all good.
Number 4 is going to be dessert type
Ugh.
foods. Dessert type foods. And
My
honestly,
weakness.
Uncle Frank has a sweet tooth. I like all desserts. I don't care if it's cake. I don't care if it's ice cream, pastries, brownies, candy, gummies. I like it all. I like it all. And again, Diane, are these things really, really bad for you?
Honestly, again, are they going to harm you? No. Are they going to help you? Also, no.
No. So again, the most successful people in the world who are great at losing fat and keeping it off over a long period of time, they don't eat this stuff, so they're leaving clues. The problem is, again, I'm not going to eat a gummy, one gummy. I'm not going to eat one Welch. I'm not going to do any of that. What I'm going to do is eat the whole damn bag, or I'm not going to eat it at all. Same thing with ice cream. A serving size of ice cream. I mean, what is that? Half a cup? Nice.
Ooh, yeah, I think it is about a half a cup.
And
actually.
super.
That is such a small amount, by the way. It's like literally.
Right, super. And
almost nothing.
So,
like I very highly doubt anyone's gonna have one half a cup and leave it
right.
at that.
So with desserts, again, I would do our best to understand why we eat desserts in the first place. No one's eating a dessert for nutritional value. No one's eating it to hit their macros, hit their protein. It's all emotional. I would beg to argue that most of us would yield more emotional satisfaction from reaching our fitness goal over time. The final one in the 5 not to eat foods when it comes to succeeding is going to be alcohol. Alcohol has 0 nutritional value. There are 7 calories.
I know, Don, I know.
There are 7 calories per 1 gram of alcohol. And it's all emotional. We know it is. Now, all these 5 foods that we listed, we're not saying don't eat them ever. What we're saying is just take a step back, forget the food logging, forget the measuring out your food, forget all that stuff and say, here's a much easier solution. If you do these 5 not to eat foods for 14 days, you don't have to do anything but banish these from your life. Spew them from your mouth as if they were lukewarm. And just say, shit, simple. Don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat this. And you'll find that just by default, you end up being limited to what, Diane?
Healthier choices.
All healthier choices. And I'll go one step even further. I gave my nutritional talk last week where calories and thermodynamics reign supreme. I don't care what you're eating, calories in, calories out reign supreme. Now, if you're to banish these 5 not to eat foods from your life, you realize that, damn, all these other options that I now have, they don't have a lot of calories.
Right.
They don't have a lot of calories. Low cal, high nutrient, and you are just golden. I mean, how much salad are you going to eat?
Exactly.
A wheelbarrow full? I mean, let's be honest.
We're not worried about people overdoing it on salad.
Right. Like me, it'd be 0 salad. I'd just be eating filet mignon with Donna. That's what I'll be doing. Nothing but the meat, all meats. Hey, Frank, what are you having for dinner? Meat. Okay. Would you like a drink? Yeah, sure. Meat. Would you like a side? Meat. Okay, dessert's coming on. What tip? Meat. It's all meat all the time. And again, my vegetarian friends, I love you too. Just understand that it may be a little more difficult for you. You can eat a lot more vegetables, and therefore it's a lot higher in calories. Just do your best. Do your best. Yeah, just like a dog. So again, going back to our decision-making process, we always preach awareness. Logging your food, being aware, measuring stuff out, that stuff works. If you find that's not working for you, here is the other end of the spectrum. If you don't like adding stuff to your life, hell, subtract. This could be addition by subtraction. Don, you gonna take us to your refrigerator and show us? So, again, this is addition by subtraction. Minus the fried foods,
breads,
starches, desserts,
yes, sugars,
and alcohols. Any of that stuff.
Ooh, yeah, good
That's
stuff.
right. That's right, baby. Keep it lean, baby. Keep it lean. Now, I would challenge everyone, if you're going to try this, give yourself 14 days. Give yourself 14 days and let me know how it went. Let Diane know how it went. But if you have any questions or concerns about the 5 not to eat foods, just let us know. But ultimately, everyone, here's what it boils down to. Anyone who is very successful at fat loss and keeping it off, if you were to look at this list, they hardly ever
Exactly.
partake in it. Hardly ever. It doesn't mean you shouldn't. It just means here is another
very
way.
Rare, right?
It's very rare.
That
It's
you
very
see a lot of that.
right. Any questions? Any comments? We got anything on Facebook?
We got quite a few people
All right.
watching. Yeah.
Anyone have any questions?
Jacob
This
Mills,
is
Katie Johnson.
this is
Jennifer
question
Lee,
and comment time, my friends.
Dave Finneran.
Dave, what is up?
Anyone struggling? Anyone having a huge nutritional struggle right now, being home?
And I'll be honest, most people should be.
Yeah.
This is I always say this. Nutrition is easy. Everything else in our lives is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So when everything in our lives becomes flipped upside down or more difficult, nutrition always gets put on the back burner, and that's normal. That is a fact always. Out of everything in your life that you have going on, again, if you were to map it out, you have your family, your friends, you have your work, you have your social, you have all these things that take attention and it takes energy. Nutrition is one of those. Now, everything else will become overwhelming, and let's be honest, we're going to put the nutrition on the back burner. We always do. So this is completely normal. Hopefully, what we're hoping is over the next couple of weeks, as this new normal becomes more normal, and we start understanding it a little more, stress levels come down, we're able to start saying, you know what, I got this working from home thing. It's not as stressful now. I got the Zoom thing figured out, even though I have to put a damn password in every time. But I have everything figured out. Now that's going to give me the energy to focus a little more on my nutrition or maybe my exercise and my good habits. But there's one thing I would like everyone to concentrate on. Forget about nutrition, exercise. It's how you react to the situation, which is hopefully going to be positive. And with that, Care Bear Stare.
Yeah.
And again, Diane, what is a Care Bear Stare?
Care Bear
See if
Stare.
you're paying attention.
A Care Bear Stare is you throwing out to somebody that good mojo.
That beam of rainbow light, which takes that bad thing and turns it good, baby. I believe in the Care Bears, they called them meanies. Meanies, the things that were bad. They were like dark.
Oh, that makes sense. Meanies.
Care Bear Stare. Or you want to be that moth, that light bulb that all the moths are attracted to. Go to the light, baby.
We said this a couple weeks ago, especially so back it up a couple of weeks because we're a good 2 weeks. This is maybe 3 weeks into most people being home and being thrown out of your own routine, being thrown off of your schedule. Hopefully now you maybe have managed to get into somewhat of a routine, whatever it is with your work Zoom meetings, joining us, making us part of your routine throughout the day. And now maybe it's really time, if you haven't yet, to take the nutrition and kind of just make that a structured part of your day as well, because it looks like we're going to be in this situation for a few more weeks. So you got to have a plan and a good routine. One comment from Katie Johnson: cravings are the worst.
Totally.
Cravings are the worst. And one question that I've had asked to me before is, when do these cravings go away? When does your craving for pizza go away?
Never.
When does my craving for ice cream go away? They don't ever go away. But the more you practice nutrition, the more you kind of stay away from those 5 not to eat things, you will get better at pushing those cravings aside instead of giving into them. So you get better at practicing the more you do it. Practice staying away from those 5 foods, and you'll get better at staying away from those 5 types of foods.
Katie, there was an amazing study done, I believe it's 20 years ago now, where they purposely addict lab rats to crack cocaine. A week later, they start introducing sugar cubes on the opposite side of the cage. Over time, every lab rat eventually works its way over to the sugar cubes first. What does that tell us? It tells us that sugar is way more addicting than crack cocaine and then drugs.
Think about that.
And again, I think we all know this. Sugar is a drug. It is addicting. And as a child, between the ages of 8 and 12, those early developmental years where everything starts to to harden and stiffen in the brain, where you start to, they call those the addicted years. It's a good thing and a bad year. All of us, if you're watching this meeting, if you're on Facebook or Zoom or watching the recording, if you grew up in the US, actually anywhere in the world now, you're a sugar junkie.
Yeah.
You're addicted. During those 8 to 12, you had Pop-Tarts, you had some junk, you made ice cream. So everyone watching this, we are food junkies. Now, if you were an alcoholic, if you were a drug addict, how often should you partake in drinking or smoking crack or even gambling, if that was your vice? How often would you do that? Never.
Not at all.
Never. I mean, no sponsor ever says, hey, you know what, Diane, you've been doing so good on off the wagon. Have a drink. Just have one tonight, or just have a little sip at night. I would never do that to you. So understand that sugar really is a drug, and you have to treat it as such and say, hey, listen, when someone asks you, Diane, do you want a cookie?
Always.
My answer is actually the opposite. Of course I don't want a cookie.
Right.
I want
many.
I want many cookies. I want
Many
all
cookies.
of the cookies. So just make sure that you treat it as such, and you understand that most of us, almost all of us, aren't really good with moderation. Like, what the hell is the point of having a piece and eating and walking away? For most of us, that's like 5% can handle that. But for the majority of us, that's not going to do it, because we end up eating 2 or 3, 4 cookies, and then we write down in our food log that we had a piece, and that's okay.
Yeah. A couple comments. Katie just wanted to let us know that she was 5 years old 20 years ago. I'm not going to tell you how old I was 20 years ago.
Me too, Katie.
Oh. Dave Finneran, who is watching on Facebook Live, yes. You can come pick up subs. Just if you could give us a little quick heads up on when you're coming in. You can even let us know ahead of time what you want. We'll bundle it up. We've got a couple of bundles waiting to be picked up right now, actually. So let us know.
You can even beep outside. I will gladly bring them out to you, whatever you like.
Maria Cruces, natural sugar is okay, right?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
There's a huge difference between apples and Oreos.
Of course.
Huge.
Totally.
That's why I hate when people do like a complete detox, or I'm doing completely no sugar for the next 30 days. They don't do an apple, they don't do a banana, they don't do an orange, they don't do, I mean, that to me is just silly.
Right.
Yes.
Snickers bar, apple. Yeah. 2 different things.
Huge.
All right, we got some chats here. Let's see what we got. Let's see who's writing in. Okay. Alcohol is hard. Yep, of course, Donna. Yep, totally. Yes, Donna, we carry almost everything. But again, just so you know, if you need something, Godfrey will deliver it right to your house if we don't carry it. And you'll still get that 20%. Yep. There's some things that I think you asked me a question during my 1,000 people reaching out to me. If you can resubmit that question, Donna, about, I think it was Muscle Defender or Carb Repel. I'm not sure. Probably getting this dead wrong.
No, I think I remember that as well.
Yeah, you can submit that again. It's all hitting me now. There was this time, I believe it was a week or 2 ago, where I must have had 50 people message me at once asking questions. I was like, whoa. I literally went, whoa. My hands do, whoa.
Anyone else got any questions for us?
Any concerns? But ultimately, it's going to be difficult during this time, but we're all trying to navigate through. I really do think once we all get another week under our belt of succumbing to this madness and it becoming a little more normal, we're all going to be pretty damn good. Yep. We all are. Yep. This is the new norm for now, and when we break out, I think we're all going to be stronger people. If you can maintain your fitness, whether you're exercising a bit or if you're eating better a little bit, or even maintaining, and once we get out of this pandemic, I mean, smokes, you guys are going to crush it, just totally.
Yeah.
Casey, what is up, my friend? Cool.
Seen some beautiful pictures of the baby, Casey.
Yeah, baby's beautiful.
Oh, such a little angel. So sweet. Hope you're enjoying it.
What we got, guys? Any more questions, concerns? Somebody write in. What do you got?
And again, back to the 5 not to eat foods. Highly recommend you just don't buy them in the first place. That's one easy way to avoid is don't buy it. Don't bring it into your house.
And I believe it was Maria who just asked about natural sugars. Like, let's say an apple, for example. hey, buy a bunch of apples,
Mm.
leave them in your house. I guarantee at night when you're hungry or you want something and there's nothing in your house but apples, eat a damn apple. Yeah, if you want an apple, not necessarily,
Right.
but I guarantee that 90-calorie apple will definitely fill you up. You're not going to have 3 apples. It's just not going to happen.
You know, I still to this day, honestly, I don't buy like processed crap to bring in my house because I know I will be the one to eat it. But I will still open my cabinet door and just look like, oh, I want something. What do I
totally.
want? It's like, okay, there's nothing there. And I'll still look 15 minutes later, I'll look again.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe a ghost or something brought some
Yeah.
Oreos in. But
yeah,
they didn't.
maybe there's an old package of cookies that I bought years ago hidden back there. Like I do the same thing. Or you open your refrigerator and you're like, maybe there's something in there that I
Maybe.
forgot. Yeah, it's tasty.
Do the kids have anything left over from Halloween 1995?
Going through the kids' drawers.
Anything?
What am I doing? I'm a chunky
Exactly, honestly. Robin has a question. Do you think you will continue to do live sessions when we are released from quarantine?
right now. 100% yes.
Yes.
This is now officially the new norm for us. We will not ever let this go. We'll be doing live
100%.
workouts. We'll be doing live Zooms all the time now when we reopen. This is just an added bonus that is our new norm. And but for us, it's an opportunity for us, Robin, to connect with you guys more and more often in better ways rather than just here at the gym. So this is something that we're going to use as an opportunity to make everyone's fitness better. If we can connect with you here, even with things going back to normal, we're going to do that. So there will be some evolution to what we do. So
Yeah.
we're really going to use this as an opportunity just to get better. So for you guys that let's just say we reopen tomorrow, this is as usual. We're working out, but let's just say you can't make it to the gym. There's going to be a live workout later, or maybe in the morning. We're going to navigate something. Let's just say you go on vacation. Hey, just because you're on vacation doesn't mean you have to be away from us. We'll have live workouts anywhere you are in the world if you like. We have a library of, when this is said and done, thousands of 30-minute kick-ass workouts that you can do anywhere. So we got you covered no matter what, anywhere, what happens, we got you forever now. So it's an opportunity for us just to make things better.
Yep. You are very welcome, girl.
Perfect.
Very welcome. It's been great reconnecting with you, Robin, also. I mean, during this whole crazy time. I love that you're so involved.
Thank you so much.
Multiple times daily, and it's awesome. Always have good questions, good comments, and good feedback. Much appreciated, for sure.
Stay connected. Good. And again, everyone, we mentioned this earlier. One of the most important things that we can do is just stay connected. Stay connected to us. This week, I believe we're going live 46 times. So whether it's myself, Diane, Joe, Matt, Keith, Brooke, Quinn, we are all over the place. We're going to be streaming in your living room. And again, just a recap of earlier time. What do you think would be the ideal perfect world workout scenario / schedule for someone right now trying to just keep it together?
Honestly, maybe 3 Zooms a week. 3
Great.
Zooms a week. Other than that, if you have like a Fitbit or something, maybe go for a couple walks on days you're not working out just to keep moving. Get outside, especially on days like this. Take advantage of it. Who knows when it's going to rain again? Soon, probably. So yeah, take advantage of these nice days. Walk. Schedule 3 live Zooms. Again, honestly, I really highly recommend that you do the Zoom over the Facebook Live. If you haven't, I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's just really nice to be able to see you guys live while we're working out with you so we can correct your form and actually be like with you.
We want to see you too. We want to see your mojo. We want you to feel our energy. We're watching every single one of you.
Yeah.
Also, so in the hierarchy of workouts with us, here's how it should look. The number one thing we want to do is see everyone on Zoom. Second one, jump into a Facebook Live. We see you jump in, we can comment on you. The last thing is going to be a recording.
Yep.
If none of those work for you, I can send you a written workout. If you just want to do a written workout, but ultimately, the best possible experience for us to push and motivate you is going to be through that live Zoom meeting.
Yep.
Want to see you all.
Definitely.
Nutritionally, just do your best. Try to get into some routine. You can do 1 or 2 things. You can do what we like to do first, which is food log. So there is some awareness built up. By the way, on Wednesday, Diane and I are doing a lunchtime talk on food logging, and we're gonna dive into that pretty damn deep.
Perfect.
So don't you dare miss that. 11:30, and nutritionally, you could food log, you can be aware, you can measure your food. We love that because it's all about calorie awareness. If you're not into that at all, just stay to the list of the 5 not to eat foods. Again, the 5 not to eat foods are fried foods,
starches,
breads,
sugars, alcohol.
We say sugars, dessert type food.
Yes.
It's a damn dessert. Don't eat
Exactly. Like pastries and
Pastries,
donuts,
donuts,
cookies,
ice
cream.
Don't eat that shit. And you will be successful. Supplement wise, again, in a perfect world, I would love everyone to do their omega-3, their protein, and their multivitamin. In a perfect world, if you're not going to do that, please just take the multivitamin. If you want to go back and watch the YouTube video, it's on YouTube. It's in our feed too. It's a video between Neil Spruce and I talking about the importance of the multivitamin. Very powerful. And stay connected with us.
Yeah.
Stay connected. We want to see you. We want to help you navigate through this tough time. Based on your answers to the poll, we added another trivia night because most of you said you wanted to socialize more.
That's fun.
And we're going to keep adding fun stuff like that. Again, even things like Diane and I are doing on Friday. It's useless information. Just like last Friday, that was awesome. The Did You Knows. Also, the second thing you guys asked for is we said you miss most about everyday life. Number 1 was socializing. Number 2 is routine. Start to get into routine. It's Monday. So a good routine would be take it out your calendar and start circling off what you're going to do for a workout, but also what are we going to do nutritionally? What are we going to do? Again, when it comes to goals, what you talked about, it doesn't have to be super crazy. Oh, I'm going to eat nothing but healthy food all week. Come on, not necessary. How about today, I am going to not eat the 5 not to eat foods. Awesome, success, achieved.
Done.
Let's reset and do it again tomorrow. So,
just by default, by taking those 5 out, your food log, even if you don't log it, is going to be 100 times better than it would be if any of those things were in your food log.
Totally.
So, yeah.
Also, too, everyone, we would love to see an increase in our people participating in our nutrition accountability program. When it comes to food logging, of course, that's part of it. We are never looking for perfection, we're looking for progress, and we just want to make sure that you do it. That alone will increase your rate of success by 50%. So again, we could go on forever talking about this, but we just want to see everyone succeed. We want everyone to stay connected, and we want to thank every one of you for staying connected with us, not quitting on us, not quitting on yourself. We promise to only make this as great as possible for you. Thank you much.
Bye, guys.
We are out, guys.
Enjoy the day.
Get outside, go for a walk.